Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So today we have a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also our thoughts and prayers with Bronny James. I hope he makes a full recovery, and he's able to get back on his feet and be able to go out there and do what he has to do. So please, let's keep the comments respectful about that because he's a kid. I've had my positions about LeBron James, but this is not about LeBron James. Again, this is not about LeBron. This is about his child and a child. So please, let's keep the comments respectful. And for the LeBron fans that cannot find a few seconds to not make it about LeBron, this story is not about LeBron James. It's his son. And that's where the focus should be, not on LeBron. So I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, let me get into this topic. Speaking about LeBron James, LeBron has made the headlines based on something that Stephen A. Smith said. So what did Stephen A. Smith said? I was going through the internet and I came across a segment from his show, the Stephen A. Smith podcast, and he was talking about a range of things. But in this particular clip, I came across Stephen A. Smith was reacting to a list that was put out by The Ringer. Now, essentially what happened was The Ringer put out their top 25 players or so heading into next season, I believe it is. And essentially, Stephen A. Smith was reacting to the rankings on this list. What we want to do is we want to quickly play what Stephen A. Smith had to say about this NBA ranking, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. So take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say here.
The Ringer comes out with top 25 NBA players. I saw the list. Put the list up, Jay, please. Nikola Jokic is number 1, no problem. Steph Curry, number 2, no problem. Giannis Antetokounmpo, number 3, no problem. Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, no problem. I got a problem at number 8 with Kawhi Leonard because, damn it, isn't showing up to work a requirement? I know what a star he is, a superstar he is when he's on the court. But talk about some brother that missed games. Mr. Load Management? I don't know about that. 8 is questionable because of Kawhi Leonard's availability, nothing else. Number 9, Jimmy Butler. Damn. I love my brother, Jimmy Butler. I really do. Great player. Dog, in a good way. But number 9, ahead of Devin Booker. Ooh, I can't do that. Ahead of Anthony Davis. No, who needs to be available for more games himself, but no, I can't do that. Ahead of LeBron James. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. LeBron James has to be in your top 5. Can we stop? As great as I think Kevin Durant is, and as much as I praised him over all of these years, because I think he is elite and he is special, the fact is, his rep done took a hit now. I got to put LeBron up there. I got to put LeBron up ahead of Joel Embiid. I saw Joel Embiid in Game 7. I ain't like what I saw. Joel Embiid ain't never been to a conference finals, let alone NBA finals. No. I can't put LeBron ahead of him. No. I mean, I can't put him ahead of LeBron. LeBron's got to be in your top 5. So 10, 11, and 12 to me belongs ahead of Jimmy Butler. And respectfully, I put Damian Lillard ahead of Jimmy Butler. Because if Damian Lillard went to Miami, which is his wish, we all know he would be their number 1 option, not Jimmy Butler. Let's stop it.
So you heard what he had to say. So let me just, first of all, go over the list again. Number 1, you had Nikola Jokic. Number 2, you have Stephen Curry. Number 3, you have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then you have KD, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox, John Morant, James Harden, Domantas Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, Jaylen Brown, Trae Young, Anthony Edwards, and Paul George. First of all, I have no problem with these players that they have in the top 25. If I'm looking at the top 5, let's go through the list. You have Nikola Jokic. Well, you would have to be crazy to argue with that. Stephen Curry, I think, is debatable at number 2. If I'm being honest with you, I would actually put Giannis Antetokounmpo ahead of Stephen Curry, but if you want to have Stephen Curry number 2, no problem. But I think Giannis should be ranked ahead of him. Then I would probably have Stephen Curry at number 3. Then I would probably, it's a toss-up between Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum. I would probably have Jason Tatum ahead of KD because Jason Tatum is a great two-way player. But fine, let's go with the list. You got KD. You have Joel Embiid. That makes perfect sense because he just finished winning the regular season MVP, and he had a fantastic season. Then you have Jason Tatum. Then you have Luka Doncic. I'm trying to figure out where's the disrespect here. Because if you're saying top 5, my question is, who is LeBron replacing out of the top 5? Are you removing Nikola Jokic? No, you're not. Are you removing Stephen Curry? I don't believe you are. Are you removing Giannis Antetokounmpo? No, you're not. Are you removing Kevin Durant? No, you're not. Are you removing Joel Embiid? Of course you're not. Then you now have to get to the next level. Then you have Jason Tatum. Then you have Luka Doncic. Are you putting LeBron James ahead of Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic? Are you doing that? I don't think you are. Then you have Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to remove Kawhi Leonard off the list because I don't even want to get into that conversation. But then you have Jimmy Butler. Then you have Devin Booker. Are you putting LeBron ahead of Devin Booker? Are we sure about that? Are you putting him ahead of Anthony Davis? Because we know Anthony Davis was the driving force in that Lakers team. I don't have a problem where LeBron is ranked. Maybe you can move him up or down depending on your preference. But I absolutely don't think he should be in the top 5. Because in my personal opinion, I think the top 5 players are the following. You have Nikola Jokic. You have Stephen Curry. I agree with that. You have Giannis Antetokounmpo. I agree with that. I would actually consider putting Jason Tatum, although he's very streaky. But I can understand you guys. I can understand them having Kevin Durant there. That's fine. I have no problem with Joel Embiid being there. I have no problem with Luka Doncic being there. I don't see why you would think LeBron would need to be ahead of Luka. When Luka has such a huge impact on his team. And then you can maybe argue the other pieces, right? The other positions, but I don't have an issue with that. The thing I didn't like about what Stephen A. Smith and what he said was, and it's a normal issue I have with Stephen A. Smith and his ranking. Stephen A. Smith is yet to actually explain why he ranks certain players so high. He has LeBron, for example, number 2 all time. I don't know why he has LeBron James ranked number 2 all time because I've never heard his reasoning for it. And if he does give a reason, he would just be asking you a question. Are you telling me he's not top 2? Are you telling me? Are you telling me? But he never actually gives you a reason. So even in that soundbite, he doesn't give you a reason. All he'll say is, when you think about everything that he brings to the table, what exactly does that mean? There are a lot of players that bring a lot of things to the table. So what do you mean by that? For example, if we're comparing LeBron and Luka on this ranking, I can say, well, if you look at all the things that Luka Doncic brings to the table, what does that mean? Because then somebody can say, well, what does it mean? You bring scoring? Well, LeBron brings scoring. So it's a very generic thing to say. So to me, I don't understand what he's getting all worked up over. They don't think that. And I don't think he should be in the top 5. I think he's one of the top players in the world, no doubt about it. But top 5? Who are you removing out of the top 5? And unfortunately, he didn't even say that. He didn't even say that. Who are you supplanting on this list to move him up in positions? He didn't say that. And if he's talking about, well, disrespect and all of that, it's not about disrespect. It's about what are you doing on the court? And this is not an all-time ranking. It's a regular season ranking today. And if that's the issue, I don't see what the big issue is. So these are my thoughts. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about this ranking? Do you think it's right? And what I want to know is, who are your top 5 players in the NBA going into next season? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. And again, if you want today's full show, be sure to check out the Dreamerspro podcast that we have pinned in the comment section below.